Well, I thought last week was the end of the Traverse City Talks podcast for the year. Boy, was I really wrong on that baby. The recent allegations against Commissioner Hentschel for sexual assault put everything on its head. And there's been a lot of conversation about this in the newspaper reporting, the TV reporting. That's, of course, unless you've got your head in the sand, you haven't heard about it. In addition, the bipartisan group, Traverse Indivisible, have been very active in asking the commissioner, that is Commissioner Hentschel, to resign over these allegations. So Traverse Indivisible decided to organize a protest in front of the county building today. And today's an important day for the county commissioners because it's the day when they have to act on the 2025 budget. So I suppose it was a good time to organize a small protest. And what Traverse Indivisible really wanted was they want Hentschel to resign. And so what I decided to do was I went out to the county building in front of, and that's where the protest was going to be. That's over on 400 Boardman this morning to talk to some of the protesters. And you're going to listen to some of their voices and why they're here. And in addition, I've got some comments from people that went through the public comment process right before the meeting starts, and you can listen to them, and then you can begin to draw your own conclusions. I didn't hear from anybody that was supportive of Commissioner Hentschel. That doesn't mean that there aren't people out there that are supportive. They just obviously didn't show up for the meeting. Consequently, you have to understand that these are allegations made by people that would like Commissioner Hentschel to resign based upon the sexual assault charges that he may or may not be facing. We're going to find out, I would imagine, in a few weeks from the Attorney General here in the state of Michigan, whether she's going to turn this over to a special prosecutor, according to the Traverse City Record Eagle. Anyway, let's hear the voices from the street, and then we're going to go inside, and we're going to hear the voices from the people that are inside, and then you can make your own decisions as to, what should be done with Commissioner Hentschel. Anyway, here we go. Anyway, young lady, your sign said boys will be, then you've crossed out boys, held accountable, resign now, Bob Hentschel. What are your thoughts?
I think that our leadership needs to be transparent and held accountable, and currently we do not have that in some of the leadership on our board. It's highly disappointing as a mom of 3 kids, 3 teenagers, that this is what we are calling leaders. We deserve better.
Super, thank you. Hentschel resigned. Boy, that's in big, big letters, right?
I thought I'd keep it simple.
What are your thoughts?
I reread Have You Had Enough from the Beacon. And that story kind of prompted me to come here today. And I think if anybody reads that and they don't agree with this, then they need a remedial reading course.
Got a gentleman here that says, sign says shame. Why don't you tell me about that sign? We're out here in front of the county courthouse.
Yeah, well, I just picked it up from Carlton, so I think it is a shame. So that's why I'm holding it.
Sir, I see you're holding up a sign there. It says, we expect better. Why don't you give me your thoughts?
Sure. Our local government should expect people of character to run. And that means basically they need to avoid these crazy, illegal assaults on women. That's crazy.
And so now we're going to go inside for a couple of comments.
Good morning. I'm Bruce Moore in East Bay Township in District 5, Commissioner Hentschel's district. I'd like to begin with a short Associated Press article from November 25th. A county official in Michigan has taken the oath of office for another term, but face-to-face meetings with his constituents are unlikely. Mark Brandt, reelected November 5th as a Monroe County Commissioner, soon will be off to federal prison. The Republican said that he has no plans to resign and will collect a roughly $15,000 per year salary. While I'm gone, my phone will be available, Brandt told the Detroit Free Press. I have somebody who will be taking my messages, and my fellow board members have all volunteered to handle all of my constituents' concerns that I won't be able to handle. In September, Brandt was sentenced to 18 months in prison, though his actual time in custody will be shorter. He pleaded guilty to allowing his land in southeastern Michigan to be used to grow marijuana for distribution across the border in Ohio. A convict in prison cannot provide acceptable representation on a county commission. The Grand Traverse County Board should advocate for a change to state law that removes a commissioner from office when incarceration will last more than 30 days, with provision to appoint a replacement to serve until the next general election. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone in the audience. My name is Carlton Ketchum. I'm a resident of Traverse City. I'm also on the steering committee of Traverse Indivisible, and I'm speaking for the steering committee. Traverse Indivisible's decision to call for Robert Hentschel's resignation was not taken lightly. It was based not on a presumption of guilt. Rather, it stems from a troubling pattern of alleged and proven misconduct of the leadership of the Board of Commissioners over the past 4 years. From the filing of civil charges against Vice Chair Klaus for brandishing a weapon in a public meeting, to Vice Chair Jewett's criminal solicitation conviction, and now allegations of criminal sexual conduct against Chair Hentschel. These incidents are a disturbing picture of arrogance and a lack of accountability. This behavior hampers the board from doing its work. It undermines efforts to attract businesses, recruit employees, and welcome visitors. Ultimately, the fabric of our community is damaged, affecting all of us. For the good of Grand Traverse County, Traverse Indivisible urges all voters, regardless of party, to demand Chairman Hentschel's resignation. Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
So what I really wanted to do there at the end was to make sure that the Traverse Indivisible statement was explicitly and clearly presented. There were a few other presenters there which I did not include, not because their presentations were necessarily bad or not good, but I think you guys get the idea what went on today at the County Board of Commissioners meeting, and I think you can understand that there were citizens that were upset, and there are citizens that certainly hope that Commissioner Hentschel resigns as soon as possible. Anyway, folks, this is the latest. It's up to date. Take care.